Hey, listen guys, President here, and welcome to the ISL, or the International Space League. I am here today to go through with you guys the post-draft transactions that happened, as not everyone was happy with their team, or after quickly being sniped, they had to go and change their team up. So, I'm going to quickly start going through them with you, and what happened to the teams. So first off, we have the New York Clinks, coached by Papa C, and he decided to drop Ferrothorn and pick up Kingdra. I think from seeing his team, it definitely fit his team a lot better because he had a sort of rain team with Pelipper and Mega Swampert, but you really needed another Mon to get in to be there if you really want to support that Mega Swampert. Also, Kingdra provides a lot of offensive power, as well as you can run the crit drift set with focus energy, sniper scope lens, which means you'll be critting 100% of the time, and it's very overpowered. And if you want to, you can run agility with that too, and just sweep. So it's actually, I find it's a very good trade. Hopefully, you can use it well. But also, dropping Ferrothorn did mean that he lost a very bulky mon, and especially with the rain, it reduced that fire weakness, so it really could have helped it. So I'm interested to see how it's gonna use Kingdra this season in replace of Ferrothorn. Next up, we do have the Huxfield Huntales, and they decided to drop Aromatisse and pick up Togetic. Honestly, I think this is the two things do very much the same role. I think Togetic's a bit more bulky, but Aromatisse can be run offensive if you want it to be. They both get cleric abilities, both get wish passing. They're almost the same thing. I'm interested to see how he's going to use the Togetic over the Aromatisse. I know it's a bit more defensive, but as well as it gets Roost as reliable recovery. But I'm interested to see how he uses it instead of Aromatisse, because it's just going to be very defensive compared to the defensive but also offensive Aromatisse. Next up, we have the Dallas Mars Shadows, coached by Pi, and he decided to drop Diancie and pick up the Aromatisse, which was just dropped. Originally he had planned to grab Aromatisse, but he just didn't see it, so he picked up Diancie. Now this is a very interesting decision because I personally find Diancie would be better because it gets access to Stealth Rock, as well as it's just it can be very offensive, but it does have that 4 times weakness to Steel. But at the same time, Aromatisse gives you that cleric option in Heal Bell and Wish, which is really going to be helpful for the team. So you can definitely see the highs and the lows for making this trade. I'm again interested in how it's going to use those Aromatisse, because it does kind of get rid of one of those really defensive stealth rockets that you can use. So next up, we have Drake and his shadow tags, and he decided to drop Golek for Sandslash and Vikavolt for Gerda. Now, this is a very interesting trade. He dropped his he dropped Golek, which is very powerful, deadly if you run it choice banded, as well as it can become kind of bulky for the Sandslash. Sandslash is not very fast at all, just like Golek. It's not got anywhere near as much as of an offensive price. Its defenses aren't that good. The only good thing about it is the rapid spinner potential, and I'm curious to see why he's made this trade and how he's going to end up using those Mons in the future. Next, so the other one was also the Vikavolt for Gerda. Now, Vikavolt is a very offensive presence. It's very high special attack stat, although it's very slow. Even after a single agility, it can still be outsped quite easily. So it really needs to set up some speed, or else it's down there, because it isn't the bulkiest Mon. It's just very hard hitting. If you run it with Trick Room, it's demolishes, honestly. But he did pick up Gerda, which gives him priority in Mark Punch, and slap an EV light on it, and it is very defensive, very bulky, hard to deal with, as well as having that Mark Punch. Priority Mark Punch is just blows back things, and it's going to be annoying to deal with it, because it's like a low tier mon, but it's very good. So next up, we have, I don't know, and his Dutch Dino, and he did get a bit of a rough end of the stick, because he did miss out on the actual drafting time, so he had to pick afterwards. So what has he decided to do? As he has dropped Swanna and Volibee for Mandibuzz and Avalugg. So Swanna for Mandibuzz, I think that's a very good trade off. Mandibuzz is much more defensive. It's very good bulk. I'm pretty sure it gets Taunt, it gets Roost, it gets Defog. It can definitely bulk some more. Swanna, it has that 4 times weakness to Electric. It's going to be very easy to take down. It's not the fastest of Mons. It hasn't got a absolutely amazing attack, a single attack stat. It's really a mixed attacker. It was a hard mon to use in competitive. So I definitely think he got the best end of stick there. But then dropping Volibee for Avalugg, he's just picked up the older brother of Volibee in a trade, and now he's grabbing Avalugg. Avalugg gives him a Rapid Spinner, a very physically bulky mon. Does remove a defogger, but instead he picks up Rapid Spin, as well as it can also be run Choice Banded if you really want to, or run it in Trick Room, because it's so slow, and it does a lot of damage and tanks a lot of physical hits. So I personally think he's done a very good decision in making this trade. It definitely has improved his team, definitely given a better chance of winning games. But that is it for all the post-draft transactions. I will be bringing out a video of the week 1 transactions that happened in week 1. Sorry about this being a bit late. Just haven't had the time to be able to do this. Until next time, guys, I've been Frozen ATM. Subscribe to the International Space League channel, leave a like on the video, and comment on telling us what you want to see from the league. But until next time, guys, peace.